Peter Gregory Obi, who was the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the past 2023 presidential election, just made a shocking announcement that may shock everyone. It is no longer news that his brother's property was demolished, but who were the people who were after this and behind all this demolition of buildings? A lot of people have actually said there may be a government opposition trying to weaken him from raising funding for the next election. But in this video, we'll talk about exactly who really is behind all this mess. Ensure you stick with me to the very end of this video, because if you miss one step, you might not actually get the full information and details. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, ensure you click the red subscribe button and turn on the notification icon so you don't miss our future videos on your channel. Don't forget to share to your friends as well who you want to learn more about this in the WhatsApp groups and in other places. The former Anambra governor claimed he's experiencing rights abuse for simply contesting the presidential election. In a post on his X, formerly known as Twitter account, on Tuesday, Obi shared an incident involving his younger brother whose company property in Ikeja, Lagos was allegedly demolished without legal justification. The Labour Party chieftain said the worsening state of human rights in the country has exposed ordinary Nigerians and small businesses and vulnerable groups to systemic abuse and insecurity in the country. He said, "This morning, my youngest brother called me frantically, informing me that a group of people had invaded his company in Ikeja, Lagos, and were demolishing the building," the post reads. He had just come in from Port Harcourt and was denied entry to the property by security men who told him the building was being pulled down. They even informed him that the demolition had started over the weekend. The ex-presidential candidate said his brother opted to pursue a legal resolution as a true citizen and began making efforts to seek redress through the courts. Obi said he flew into Lagos immediately after receiving the call and went straight to the property. On getting to the property, there were a lot of controversies surrounding this property. On arrival, he said he was confronted by the security personnel who barred him from accessing the demolished building, but he appealed to them, insisting that the property was his brother's for over a decade. They told him that they had a court judgment and he immediately requested it, Obi said. "You will not believe that the court judgment they claim was issued against an unknown person and squatters. I went further to ask about a demolition order or permit and there was none." He questioned the legality of a court ruling issued without a known defendant or proper service properly of notice. Obi said he demanded to know who ordered the demolition, but the excavator operators said they were only contracted to carry out the task and were unaware of the source. "I told them to give me, whoever sent them, my number so I could speak with the person. I stood here from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. waiting for a call and nobody called. The contractor said he didn't know who sent him. 2 men later came and said we should go to a police station, and I asked if they had a demolition order and they had nothing." The ex-governor described the situation as a clear sign of coordinated lawlessness and impunity. Obi said a recent conversation with a businessman who has investments in Ghana, Senegal, and Benin Republic reinforced his concerns about Nigeria's deteriorating reputation. I just started reminiscing about how just over the weekend I had a meeting when someone told me how he has investments in Ghana, Senegal, but won't touch Nigeria despite the market being here, he said. When he asked why, the answer given was piercing. Nigeria is a lawless country, and until we have laws that protect the people, Nigeria may not prosper and people may not likely invest in the country. I'm just shocked. How did Nigeria get to this level of lawlessness? What kind of a country are we trying to build when the rights of citizens, their lives and properties are being trampled upon daily alongside their voice? This may not be the first time such an incident is happening to Peter Obi, as he has been a major target for the ruling power and every other thing. Reno actually says that court can rule against persons unknown. Reno omokri schools Peter Obi in another statement. Reno omokri had countered Peter Obi's claim over the demolition of his brother's property in Lagos, raising concerns about who might be behind all this. Obi lamented the issue on Tuesday via a statement on his official X account, saying that the lawlessness must stop for Nigeria to thrive. And reacting to this, Reno said the issue with Obi's brother has nothing to do with lawlessness, explaining that Lagos is not a jungle and it is a state and city governed by laws. He added that Obi not being victimized or targeted because he contested the presidential election in 2023 as he claims. And Reno said if the LP chieftain were being targeted, the bank in which he has substantial interest would not be doing so well as to make a 325% increase in profit under President Bola Tinubu. He said the fact that is that under the Tinubu administration, Obi is having the best financial times of his entire life. And by saying that a court cannot issue orders against unknown persons, Obi once again betrayed the fact that he is a common trader and not an uncommon leader, Reno says. Reno says he has a master's in law from England, and any lawyer worth their salt knows that a court can convict or give orders against unknown persons, and the correct legal term is persons unknown, and there are multiple case laws in Nigeria and other common law jurisdictions, including the case of London Borough of Barking versus persons unknown, which is similar to the case allegedly involving Obi's brother. Obi did not even come second during the election, and he was third. And if the government was going to target anyone, why leave the first runner-up, which was Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and target a distant place desperado who was detained at London's Heathrow Airport? And Reno said this is the same way Obi falsely raised an alarm about Landmark Beach Resort, part of whose property was legally demolished based on the principle of eminent domain. What do you think about the statement of someone like Reno omokri, and who do you think may be behind all these issues? Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel, most importantly, so you don't miss our future videos on the channel when talking about matters and topics like this. And until then, I'll see you in our next video, and don't forget to drop a like and share the video with your friends who may really want to know more about this.